and welcome to Mr. Sadler's Grade 12 Essential Math class. This video is here to show you how to use the ratehub.ca mortgage payment calculator, which you will need to use in your mortgage project after you have found a house that you want to purchase. So once you have found that house that you want to purchase and you know the price of that house, what you will do is go to the website ratehub.ca on your phone or your computer. I will show you your computer first, which should look like this. Again, I'll show you what it looks like on your phone in a little bit. So on your computer, we're going to want to go to the mortgages website here. So click on mortgages, and that will bring you to this page here, which again has current information about your interest rates as well as calculators and other useful tools for us. On this page, we are going to scroll down until we find the mortgage calculators, and we're going to choose the payment calculator. From the payment calculator, this looks a little bit different, but this works very similarly. We're going to follow this happy box here, which tells us the steps that we need to follow. So on this, we are going to input the asking price of the house that we wish to purchase. This is the sale price of the house. From the asking price here, let's say that we purchased a house that was $256,000. Once we input that price, click on Go. It fills out this information with a couple of assumptions for us. But because of the way that our project is, we know how much we have for our down payment. We know a bunch of other information, so we're going to fill that in for ourselves. Now, our down payment, we're going to change here. So let's say that we have a down payment of $16,000 for the house that we're purchasing. Because we know we have that down payment, I'm going to input that for all four columns here on the computer. Again, on the phone, this will be a little bit different because your screen's a different shape. I can now scroll down and you can see information here. This happy box here that is guiding us, we're going to follow again. Our amortization period is going to be 25 years to start. So the 25 years will automatically input for all four columns. Our mortgage rate, we're going to click on select rate and it will bring up this select rate box here. So please make sure that it has Winnipeg selected. It should choose that default for you, but it's not for me. Now, from here, we have a fixed rate as well as a 5-year term. That's sort of the simplest case we've got. So choose the cheapest or the lowest interest rate you can find from this list. Right now, it looks like CanWise Financial is offering 2.29%. So I'm going to click on select, and it will fill that in for all of these columns, and it gives me information. Now, right away, I should go to my mortgage project, and I should input this information. So we need the asking price, that's in there. You need your down payment. You need your mortgage insurance, total mortgage required, your amortization period, your mortgage rate, and your mortgage type, as well as your total mortgage payment. This is in this case, it is your monthly payment. So please make sure that this is input into your project and written down there, either written or typed in if you're doing it online. Now, the way that this works is this on the computer allows us to compare several different options. We can look at the mortgage payment in order to figure out what is going to be best for us. Generally, a lower monthly payment is easier to afford. This gives us a monthly payment of $1,092 a month. Now, we can also look at other information. If I scroll down, I'm going to look for my amortization schedule here, and that will tell me useful information. So if I click on amortization schedule, I can choose scenario 1, which is the first column, and I can see a chart here. This is the amortization chart. You can see how much I'm paying on interest and how much I'm paying on the principal each year. And if I scroll down, I can see the detailed amortization chart like we did in class. This does it automatically so we don't have to do it by hand, because that would be a pain. Now, notice this for the term here, it ends here. However, we're looking for the total paid and the interest paid for the whole mortgage. If I scroll down, I can see that the total amount paid for this mortgage over 25 years is $327,657. Please write that in your mortgage project. Again, don't write this number, write the one that you get from filling in your chart there. You can also see that this is the interest paid. So in total, we paid $78,000 in interest for this mortgage. Now, this seems like a lot of money, but please write it down in your mortgage project. This is the first option that we are setting up. We're going to go up and we're going to change this here so that we get different options and we can maybe reduce the amount of interest that we pay. Now, once you've written these down in your project, we're going to scroll up and we're going to find out here how we can make this a little bit more advantageous for us. There are a couple of things that we can tinker with. We could increase our down payment, but for this project, we know how much we have for a down payment. If you want to save up more for a down payment in real life, go for it. In this project, we're going to stick with the amount that we have. So whatever you have for your project, leave that in there. Your amortization period is the first thing that you can tinker with. So we could change this from 25 years to 20 years. If you notice, that makes your total mortgage payment more. So we pay $200, $204 more each month for this mortgage, but that might save us interest later. So I changed the amortization period. Again, every time I do this, I can go check what effect it had. So I can go down to my amortization schedule. I can find this scenario here and change this to scenario 2, which is the one that we changed to 20 years. And now I can scroll down and see now I'm paying $61,000 instead of $78,000 interest. So I saved $17,000 of interest by paying this off 5 years quicker. But I have to pay $200 more each month. So you can tinker with these settings, the amortization period, the mortgage rate. You can choose a different rate by going to select rate. You can choose variable rates. 5 years variable might be lower. Right now, we have one that is quite a bit lower, so we'll choose that one. The difference is fixed stays the same over 5 years. Variable will change as the interest rates change over the next 5 years. You can see this does also change our mortgage payment here. So you can change your mortgage rate, see which ones are available, only choose ones that are actually available. You can also choose your mortgage type, variable or fixed. You could try 5-year fixed, 5-year variable, and see what you get. Your mortgage payment here, you can also change the frequency. So if you are paid every 2 weeks, you could choose biweekly from this list, or you could choose accelerated biweekly. These are slightly different options that you can use that will change your payments and how much you pay and how fast you pay it off. So our total mortgage payment here is $1,273 a month, but if I choose accelerated biweekly, I can see that it drops to $637 every 2 weeks. Now that is not the same as per month because you pay this 26 times a year, whereas you pay your mortgage 12 times a year if it's monthly. So I've now tinkered with a couple of things. You can see I changed a different interest rate. I chose 20 years. I chose accelerated biweekly. I chose variable rate. And I can now go down. Again, this is on scenario 2 that I'm tinkering with. And I can go look and say, wow, I saved a lot of interest over the life of this mortgage. Now, you can choose to tinker with these numbers to make it so that you save more as you're going through this mortgage, but please make sure that your monthly payment here or your biweekly payment is affordable. Go look at your affordability calculations, and with those you will see an estimated monthly payment. Make sure this is not higher than this. If you choose something that is higher than that, it will not work when you get to your monthly calculations later in the project, and you will have to come back and choose a different plan or a different option here to make sure that you can afford this. Okay? Now, if you are on the phone instead of using the computer, it looks again a little different. The process is exactly the same. So just the same, we're going to go to the mortgages tab here, or the mortgages button here. We'll let this load for a minute, but this gives you the same information, again, the same calculators and all that sort of stuff. So we'll scroll down and we'll find the payment calculator. Once you find the payment calculator, you can see it only gives me one option here because it's not wide enough to display it. So the asking price, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the same $256,000. I can click on go. You see it asks for my down payment, so we said $16,000 for a down payment. I can choose my amortization period of 25 years. I can also choose the mortgage rate, and I'm going to choose, this time it gave me Winnipeg, so I'm going to choose the best one available in Winnipeg. And you can now see that it gives you the same information here. So this gives you your total mortgage payment, as well as all sorts of other information. This, again, you're going to need to write this down in your project, so please make sure to copy this down. This is the first option we have, and I would leave this one as your default option and see what it gives you. Now, again, you can scroll down to your mortgage schedule, your amortization schedule, scroll down. Total paid is in the second column, interest paid is in the fourth column. And if you scroll down, you can see that the interest paid is $78,000 here. Your job is to tinker with these numbers to make it better. So on the phone, it's in the same place. Your amortization period, you can change. Your mortgage rate, you can change. Your mortgage type, you could change. You could change that to variable. But notice that variable is going to change over time. So if mortgage rates go up, your payments will go up as well. Your total mortgage payment here, you'll need to write down. You can also tinker with, if you tap on this monthly here, you can change this to biweekly or accelerated biweekly, and it will change this as well. So your plan as you go through this is to tinker with this to get an affordable mortgage payment per month. Now, be careful, if you choose biweekly, you'll have to convert this to monthly in order to work it. You'll also need to make sure that you're trying to minimize how much interest you pay by choosing different options here. This is all the information you need for this part of the project. After you have created 3 different options where you've found out how much interest you're paying for each of them and how much the monthly payments are and written all that information down, your next job is going to be to choose one of these 3 options that you think is best for you in the project as we are doing it. Good luck with that, and I'll see you in the next video.